Well, hello and welcome to Overdevest Nurseries on a windy afternoon in early spring. And here inside this house, I'm really delighted to be able to show you this fabulous variety of alum root, or coral bells as they're sometimes known. This particular variety is one called Grape Expectations. And as you see, this is a nice vigorous grower. Makes good big strong clumps that come out first of all with this dark purplish leaf, and now in springtime, as you see, it's beautifully flushed with these brighter, not quite pink, reddish purple blazes that are on the leaves that really show up and make a nice display above the foliage. Later on, this foliage is going to change. It's going to develop more of a silvery outlook as it goes through the summer, and then as it goes into the fall, it's going to go back to a deeper, darker purple color too. So all the time it's changing as it goes through the seasons. But above all that I like about this is that it's nice, vigorous, strong growing plant that makes a really good item to put into a bed or a border, or of course you could also put this into a container, into a pot or a window box too. Really nice, big, strong, healthy plants. These are perfect for putting into either partially shaded or sunny sites, or even a shady site if you need somewhere that's going to give you that burst of leaf color. It's really a nice plant to grow in a well-drained, average garden soil that's been amended with lots of organic matter. And that, if anything, that I was to tell you about growing these particular coral bells is the key. When you're planting them, dig a good generous sized hole and add in a little extra planting compost, because they really love the organic matter that you're going to put in there around the roots. That's the stuff that's going to encourage them to root out into the ground. Just make sure also not to plant them too deep. If anything, maybe even raise them up a little bit so the crown is well protected and should never be on the damp, wet, saturated side. So make the ground nice and fluffy and loose, and you'll find that all of the fibrous roots will dive down into that, and then they'll establish these nice big strong clumps of growth that make such a terrific display through the whole of the growing season. And that for me is one of the things that makes these plants stand out, because you really do get terrific value from all of this lovely colorful foliage. This particular variety was raised by Hans Hansen and his team at Walter's Gardens. It was selected in 2012. It's got a mix in its background of about 4 different native species, the main prominent one being Heuchera villosa, which gives it vigor, also gives it tolerance to heat and humidity. This is a superb plant that he picked out from thousands of seedlings that came from his resultant crosses. So this is one that we definitely have found to be a really good performer here on the nursery, and one that I think you'll enjoy growing. The usual thing with coral bells, and that is that in the beds you can plant them either as single specimens, or better still, if you've got the space, put them out in nice big bold groupings. And I love to plant these things into containers, because that's where you're really able to enjoy and move the pots around to really decorate any places around the exterior of your home. So in summary, this is a really good, strong growing, vigorous performer that has really done very well for us here on the nursery, and we think it's going to do very well for you too. This is Heuchera Grape Expectations.